Hi, I'm Leslie, and I'm going on my second Guidester tour. This past summer, I went to A Taste of Italy, where we visited Rome, Florence, Tuscany, and Venice, and it was phenomenal. There are several reasons we decided to do the Italy tour. Personal reasons. It was a big birthday for me, and it sounded like the best place in the world to spend it was Italy. Quite frankly, lost a friend very close to me, and I didn't want another year to go by with woulda, coulda, shoulda. Can I narrow it to two? The dinner in a private home. I just don't know what else you can compare to actually sitting with locals, eating their fare that they prepare, and learning their life the way they live it. There's nothing to compare to that, except maybe sitting on a rooftop bar in Tuscany and drinking wine as the sun goes down. So those two things are, and there were many other, but those two things probably stand out for me. First of all, I love the format of there being some planned activities that I didn't have to go out and resource that and do the logistics of that. Why Jack? Because he's knowledgeable. You've lived in Italy, you've lived in England, you're very educated and well versed on the places that you go and you take the tours, but everything was relaxed. We didn't have the follow the flag kind of tour guide things, and the local color and history that they put into it, I've never gotten anywhere else. Yeah, we did have enough free time, and the cool thing about the free time, first of all, we had enough that we could go out and explore and feel like we had accomplished something ourselves, have adventures. But the coolest part about the free time is the group itself would kind of not just pair off, but there would be different groups doing different things. So maybe you'd go to a happy hour with some of the group, maybe you'd go shopping with some of the rest of the group, or maybe sometimes Bob and I just struck out by ourselves because we like doing something different. So I thought there was a perfect balance of free time and time that was scheduled. Hotels were amazing. I would say they were definitely boutique-ish. The service was phenomenal. The one thing that I will never forget, so the day of my birthday, we were in Florence, and we went through, which was a magnificent breakfast bar, the best breakfast bar we had. And I sat down at the table, and within 5 minutes, the waitstaff came over with a parfait, a breakfast parfait, and a candle in it to wish me happy birthday. And so I started thanking everybody on the tour. I said, "Oh, you guys shouldn't have told the waitstaff and the people on the tour." Like, we didn't. It was the hotel staff that had a process for doing that. The food was phenomenal, the service. The other thing I can think of is when we were in Venice, Bob and I really needed to see Game 7 of the Blues hockey playoffs for the NHL, for the Stanley Cup. And the concierge, it's a longer story, but let's just say the concierge got it done, and we saw our Game 7 at 2 a.m. in Venice. I think my favorite aspect of the Guidester tours were we did do the traditional, we did the Colosseum and we did the Vatican, the things that you wouldn't want to have left Italy without doing. And then we did the non-traditional, like the monastery turned into a winery, like a private dinner at a private home on the Appian Way, things that you would not get with any other tour group or person. I think, first of all, Jack and his team use technology in a way that I don't see anyone else using it, with the private, or personal, I should say, travel guides that you can access from your telephone, from your own personal device. I feel that they are always a step or two ahead of what's going on in the industry. I think they have great collaboration with other industry leaders. I don't feel that they're operating in their own bubble or box. They know what's going on sometimes before some people in the travel industry do. And I always know I'm going to get the most up-to-date service, up-to-date information, and the best way, have it delivered to me the best, most usable way possible. Yes, the value, the price, no second thoughts. I've signed up for the Cards Cub England package with Cards, Cubs, Castles, and Cathedrals that's coming up in June 2020. We're going to be able to see the Cardinals and the Cubs, one of the best rivalries in Major League Baseball, play together at Olympic Stadium in London, and then we get to do a tour of South England that most people don't take. We're going beyond Stonehenge and those type of things to the real intimate English part of England. Well, first of all, because I can see England also. I can't think that the Cards and Cubs are going to be playing in England, once every year. And quite frankly, I think it showcases the best of MLB rivalry. It's kind of a cultural experience. It'd be interesting to sit in a totally different neutral stadium with Cubs fans and Cardinals fans. And I love the idea of being able to experience that and yet be able to experience the countryside of England. Castles. Castles are kind of those things that we don't have many of. In fact, if somebody said a castle in the U.S., I think maybe Asheville, North Carolina is one that people, but the idea of being able to see not a castle, but many castles, and the just the longevity of them and the resilience of them and the stories behind them. I'm really looking forward to the castle part. My main motivator is the uniqueness of it. Again, I don't think it's going to happen again. It's kind of like, why go to the Olympics? I can see people run track at the local high school. When will I be able to see my hometown Cardinals play on an international field like this against, their main rivals? So it's a uniqueness. It's once in a lifetime, and I'm going to take the opportunity. It's scarcity. First of all, there's only going to be so many tickets to the game. Second of all, there's going to be a whole lot less tickets that's going to be on this Guidester tour. Jack does a great job, or you do a great job of keeping the tours to under 20 people. I love that. It's always a small, intimate group. We get to be friends. I didn't want to miss out. I have been to England before. I did one of those, 10 days England, Paris things, and I did, the high points, Stonehenge, Stratford-upon-Avon, but I'm looking forward because I really didn't see much of the countryside or anything outside of London, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the countryside, much like we did in Italy. Tuscany was a whole lot different than Rome and Venice and all that, so I really want to see the other part of England where people live and thrive for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Guidester lines everything up. I would not, first of all, I didn't even know what it took to be a licensed tour guide in Italy or Spain or wherever you go. Jack has that relationship already with the local tour guides. I know that there are people out there that feel that they will only get their best value if they book everything themselves and they research it all online. And I would propose that they don't really value their own time then.
All right, Leslie, so you did the Italy tour. You had a blast.
I did.
You've signed up for the England tour.
Mm-hmm.
For those that are watching, tell them what they need to do, and if they want to learn more and sign up, what do people need to do? Where do they need to go?
First of all, you can go to the Guidester website, guidester.com/England, and the entire itinerary is there. So you should get your questions answered about where, why, and all that. And then the only other thing you have to do is make the decision now while there's still spaces available. Very easy, very simple, not a whole lot of challenge to signing up.
Yeah, we're going to have so much fun.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay.